Hello and welcome back to the Football Rundown. We're back here with another match preview today. Stockport County up to take on Exeter City away from home this weekend, obviously on the back of a 3-0 win, a strong win as well, a strong performance against Stevenage midweek. Stockport County are back on the road after back-to-back home wins this week. Of course, the Hatters could potentially put some serious pressure on third place with a win down in Devon. County currently sit 5th in the table, having temporarily held fourth spot for moments in the game midweek against obviously Stevenage. Charlton did though manage to get an equaliser in their game in the final 15 minutes to claw back fourth spot midweek, keeping themselves a point ahead of County in the playoff race. County, of course, are looking good for the playoffs now, and a win against Exeter this weekend could continue to strengthen that position in the table. Exeter currently sits 16th in the table, having dropped out of the top half in the last few months. Exeter have won 7 League One matches at home this season. That is just one more than the amount of away wins picked up this season. The Devon side have picked up their form following an FA Cup 4th round tie against Nottingham Forest, which went the distance as Gary Caldwell's side lost on penalties. The form prior to that had been awful. They'd lost to Wickham, Bolton, Birmingham and Blackpool, as well as a 6-2 thrashing from Leyton Orient and a 4-1 hammering from Stevenage. Since the cup meeting though, they've picked up in form, results have stabilised, and Josh McGuinness picked up the winner late on midweek as they picked up 3 points against Barnsley away from home. Although it's Melanik Ali who tops the scorers charts for Exeter this season with 9 goals in the league. He did though leave for Luton in January, meaning McGuinness is the current top scorer of players that are still at the club. He's on 6 for the club this season. Stockport County, of course, only have 3 more away games left in the regular League One season. We've only lost back-to-back away games once this season. That came during the 3 consecutive away defeats to Birmingham, Stevenage and Huddersfield back in December. The Hatters have played 20 matches away in the league this season, with 6 of County's 9 league defeats coming when on the road. County beat Exeter 2-0 back in early December at Edgeley Park as Louis Barry converted late on from the penalty spot. The initial goal was given as an own goal. Interestingly enough as well, this will be County's first trip to Exeter's St James's Park in over 15 years, having won the previous match 1-0 thanks to a Jamal Johnson goal in the 77th minute back in February 2010. The Hatters also played back on the 11th of November 2006 for an FA Cup tie, which yet again County won. Adam Prowlock scoring in the 82nd minute to secure a 2-1 win for County that day. The Hatters also won, I think, another game in that time. They've won there in their last 3 matches. Although the Hatters did lose their last defeat at Exeter's St James's Park, came in September 1991. Though we haven't played them that often during the last 20-30 years, I think it's fair to say. Another bit of interesting news as well, which is coming on the back of the 3-0 win over Stevenage on Tuesday night. That win over Stevenage, the 3 goals which County of course put away, has put them back into 92nd in the overall Premier League and Football League table for this century, which I think is really impressive considering just how much time County have actually spent out the Football League. Okay, now we're going to get into a little bit of team news now. Of course, Ethan Pye will be back from his suspension for this game on Saturday. It's going to be interesting to see what County go with. Obviously going with a 4-4-2, it felt like, against Stevenage, 2 wide players, and I think that was the difference in the game on Tuesday. I think those players, obviously Fevrier and Diamond, brought a lot to the side, and I've been asking for us to play with width for a long time. We did just start against Stevenage on Tuesday, and I think it worked a treat. Obviously both players getting on the score sheet as well, alongside a Cal Wootton goal, which was actually officially given as an own goal. I'm excited to see how we set up for this game. I hope we set up with those 2 wide players yet again. We'll have to wait and see. But this is the predicted 11. This is the team that I think Dave Chalmers will go with. Corey Adai in goal. He's been brilliant over the last couple of weeks. I think he'll stick with Brad Hills at right back. I think he'll go with Connolly and Ethan Pye as the 2 centre backs. And I think he'll bring in Ibi Toure again at left back. I just think Horsfall going off. Well, he didn't actually go off, but he could have gone off. He did play the whole match in the end, but he obviously had that incident where he seemed to knee himself in the nose. He's done some damage to his nose. I'm not sure if he'll actually be ruled out, but he played on, so I'm assuming he'll be available to play. But for that reason alone, I think he'll be back on the bench. I think Ethan Pye will be back in the starting 11. Jaden Fevrier, hopefully, on the right-hand side. Norwood, Lewis Bate as the two central midfielders. Hopefully Jack Diamond on the left-hand side as well. Those two had an absolute blinder of a game on Tuesday, as I say. And then I think he'll go with Cal Wotton and Tanto Alafi as the two strikers up top. So there we go, a classic 4-4-2 is what I think Dave Chalner will look to go with, similar to what he did against Stevenage midweek. And to be honest, I don't really have too many complaints with that if that is the team he picks. My team is very similar to the team that I'm hoping Dave Chalner will pick. It is also a 4-4-2. It is Noyle, though, in at right back with Brad Hills and Ethan Pye as a two centre-back partnership. Ibi Toure, of course, at left back. I just really like Pye and Hills as two centre-backs as well. The age, I mean, they play like someone that's years older than what they are. They're both two young centre-backs and they both play like they're, 28, 30 in the prime and are very well experienced. They just seem to understand the game remarkably well for someone of their age. And I think as a combination, they're unbelievable. So I would have them two as my two centre-backs going into this game against Exeter. Of course, it is the same four-man midfield as what I think Dave Chalner will pick. Jaden Fevrier on the right, Norwood and Bate in the centre, and Jack Diamond on the left. And then, of course, the front two partnership, Tanto Alafi and Benoni Brachy Anderson. Wotton did score that goal, although it has gone down as as an own goal in the end. But he did miss some clear chances as well. And I just think to myself, with the way that we were playing on Tuesday night, with those wide players, the opportunities, the gaps that we were finding, as I say, the chances we were creating. If you could create chances, especially those kind of crossing positions as well, for someone like Benoni Brachy Anderson, who's already scored one or two headers already in his time in the county shirt, I think we could recreate a similar scoreline as we did on Tuesday with Benoni from the get-go. And I just think he needs those minutes in his legs as well. He didn't get much game time off the bench midweek, and nor did I really feel he got that against Burton last Saturday either. So that's the team that I think Dave Chalner will go with. It's also I've also given the team that I would go with as well. So as always, I want to get your thoughts on team selection ahead of this game against Exeter this Saturday afternoon. I want to get your thoughts on whether or not you agree with the team that I think Dave Chalner will pick. I also want to get your thoughts on whether or not you think that the team I've picked is a good team. What kind of team would you like to see? Formation as well. Do we stick with the two wide players going into this game against Exeter, or how do we have to maybe accommodate our tactics to a side like Exeter? I want to get your thoughts on that in the comments section below. As always, of course, score prediction is going to be an interesting one. As I say, Exeter don't really have loads to play for on the face of it. County have everything to play for, but could they just turn up and make it awkward for us? We've got to imagine that will be the case. We've got to imagine they will try and give us a game of football, but at the same time, you might get a surprise. I mean, look, Stevenage didn't have loads to play for, I didn't think, and in the end, that kind of showed. Once we got the goal, it changed a lot. Especially in that second half, the early second half goal, it just seemed to kill Stevenage, and it really gave us some confidence and a little bit of momentum. And I'm hoping that we can continue to build on that momentum that we've shown in the last couple of games, and hopefully a strong win. But again, a strong performance is what I want to see against Exeter. Of course, I won't be there, unfortunately. I do have family events that I'm going to be at instead, but I will be back for the Rotherham game, I think it is, the following Saturday. But in terms of a score prediction for this one, I really want to go optimistic, but you just never know at this level. But I'm not going to sit on the fence. I'm going to go with a confident County prediction. I'm going to say County do it again, 3-0, 3 goals and a clean sheet, and another 3 points on the board, which will hopefully give us a strong chance in securing promotion. Not promotion. Don't want to get carried away with myself. Playoffs. Let's worry about the playoffs first. Playoffs, but inevitably, I think it'll end in promotion if we go to the playoffs. But yeah, 3 points, another further 3 points to strengthen our position in the playoffs, should we get there. So yeah, that's my thoughts. 3-0 County win. Like I say, get your score prediction as well. How do you think it's going to pan out as well these next couple of weeks? What kind of position do you think we're going to end up in? We had the conversation in the last preview as well about whether or not you want, are you bothered to 3rd or 4th? Would you take 5th or 6th? There's disadvantages, obviously, if you finish 5th or 6th. You do play that final leg, the away leg. Second leg will be away from home midweek, which I don't really think is preferable for anyone. But yeah, I want to get your thoughts on that one, of course. And who do you think we'll end up facing in the playoffs should we get there? A lot of people saying Charlton. Want to hear your thoughts on that one. And you just overall want to hear your views on this game against Exeter this Saturday. How confident are you? And hopefully we'll see 3 points. So as always, want to get your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video if you have enjoyed it. Do subscribe if you are new. We're back on the channel with I might be looking to actually a match reaction afterwards to the result, but there's no promises on that. But we will definitely be back with the preview for the game against Rotherham next week, and we'll be back with a vlog as well for that game once it's all said and done, where hopefully it'll be some more points on the board. So yeah, get your thoughts in, subscribe if you are new. I think we've wrapped up everything here, so thanks for watching, see you guys in the next one.